हेलो एवरीबॉडी, वेलकम वंस अगेन टू माय चैनल कृष्णा सिंहदेव। आज यहाँ मिल रहे हैं हम लोग इकोनॉमिक्स का एक चैप्टर करने के लिए जो कि मल्टीपल क्लासेस में कवर होता है। यस, इफ यू बिलोंग टू आईसीएससी तो आप क्लास 10th में इस चैप्टर को पढ़ रहे होंगे, फॉर्म्स ऑफ मार्केट। इफ यू बिलोंग टू सीबीएसई बोर्ड देन इन क्लास 11 you study this subject under microeconomics, and if you belong to ISC board then you are studying this in class 12। तो इतनी सारी क्लासेस को कैटर करने वाला एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट एंड ऐसा टॉपिक जो है जो कि है फॉर्म्स ऑफ मार्केट, एंड बेहद बेहद इजी टॉपिक है। चलिए आज इसको हम लोग कंप्लीट करते हैं। ये बहुत सिंपल टॉपिक है एंड यहाँ से आपके क्वेश्चंस बहुत सारे पूछे जा सकते हैं इन वेरियस फॉर्म्स, जैसे कि डिफरेंशिएशन बिटवीन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ वेरियस फॉर्म्स ऑफ मार्केट एंड मेनी अदर क्वेश्चंस। लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड। Okay, so here we are going to see what are the different types of markets over here. Chapter number 12, it is written over here. It is completely irrelevant for you because it may be a different number of chapter as per your class and as per your book. So this chapter number is irrelevant for you. We are going to see what is the topic. Topic is form of market. Forms of market, when we talk, there can be various forms of market, means the basis of segregations can be different. If I divide the market on the basis of commodities sold, so there can be cloth market, there can be electronic good market, there can be fruit market, there can be grain markets, and there can be various other types of market. If I divide the market on the basis of the geographical location, there can be local market, there can be national market, there can be international market. So then what kind of market or forms of market we are going to study under this chapter? Under this chapter we are going to study the forms of market basis on the competition they have. So here we have the competition based on the number of firms present in the market. So all such systems or arrangement that bring buyer and seller together is in the one contact, in each other's contact, is called market. So first of all, what is being given over here, the market's definition is being given. So as we all understand, market is no longer associated to a place. In the olden days, when the market was not digitally present, we used to say a place is a market. Now the place is irrelevant because the market can be any virtual platform. Also the buyers and sellers are able to meet each other there. Okay, so any place is not necessarily a place where physically. It can be a virtual place also, or a platform where buyers and sellers are able to meet each other is called market. The system could simply be electronic or mail or a telephonic or online marketing. Okay, so this is called market. Now when we talk about the forms of market as per the segregation, as we discussed on the basis of the competition level, we have perfect competition, we have monopoly, we have monopolistic competition, and we have oligopoly also. If you have monopsony in your book, so that is also one type of form of market, but in most of the courses which I referred to, means in class 10, class 11 and class 12, only the meaning is given. So syllabus is restricted to the meaning only. That is why I'm not written over here monopsony. I will give you a brief at the end of this lecture. So let us go to first part, which is called perfect competition. What is a perfect competition? As the name is suggesting, there will be perfect competition. And let me tell you, this is not a real form of market. Real form of market means it does not exist, or I can say rarely exist in the real world, because there are certain conditions which we hardly get to see in the realistic world. So perfect competition is the competition when there are large number of buyers and sellers, and no individual buyer and seller has the control over the prices. Means there are so many buyers that if one buyer want to bargain and get the prices down, the sellers are not going to listen to this particular buyer, because they have a lot of other people who are ready to buy on the same prices. So they are not going to listen to one particular buyer. So one individual buyer does not have any control over the price. Same applies to the sellers also, because there are lots and lots of sellers. So if one particular seller is trying to sell the product at the higher prices, they cannot do so, because the buyers have lots of choices. They can go to any other seller and buy the product. Now you will say, what if the product is available only with the one seller? That is the next feature of the perfect market. The perfect market has homogeneous products sold by all the sellers. So homogeneous product means each seller is selling the products which are same in all the respects. Same in all the respect means they are same in size, shape, quantity, even the selling conditions are same. Means if one seller is giving 2 years warranty, the other is also giving the same amount of time for the warranty, and many other things which are called selling conditions are same. So there is no change in the selling condition. There is no change in the quantity, quality, shape, size, and all other things. In all respects, goods are homogeneous. So it's like buying potato from one shop and buying potato from another shop. Both are selling the same potatoes. But in agriculture products also, we do not see the perfect competition nowadays because of the hybrid system and the various grading system of the quality of the materials which are being sold, agro-based products also. The two things which you have seen about the perfect competition is that large number of buyers and sellers are going to be present, and there are going to be homogeneous product. Let's see some more features of the product, perfect competition market. Large number of firms and large number of buyers is one. Then large homogeneous product is another one. Then the perfect knowledge. Yes, this particular point I was telling that this makes the perfect competition's presence difficult in the market. Why? Perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge का मतलब क्या होता है? Perfect knowledge means the buyers are completely aware of various selling conditions in the market. Means if I go to a local market and the seller is selling me a particular product at ₹50, I know exactly what is the price quoted by in other local market and what is the price quoted by that online trader. So I tell the seller that this is the price in the online market or in the other market. So do not charge high because I know. So perfect knowledge means they know everything. Whereas in the real world, we often see that people are ignorant. They do not do so much of research and they do not have the perfect knowledge. Here, this is an assumption that the buyers and the sellers both have the परफेक्ट नॉलेज अबाउट द मार्केट, जो कि रियल वर्ल्ड में हमें बहुत ज्यादा होता हुआ नहीं दिखाई देता है. इसीलिए इन द बिगनिंग ऑफ चैप्टर ओनली मैंने आपको बोला था कि जो परफेक्ट नॉलेज है, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन है, ये आपको रेयरली दिखाई देगा. दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर एस्पेक्ट ओनली. एंड वन मोर वील सी, दैट इज perfect mobility. Perfect mobility मैं skip करके थोड़ा नीचे आई हूँ. I will come back to these points. I have read from here large number of firms as a seller, large number of buyers, that's number 2. Homogeneous product I have read, perfect knowledge I have read, then I have left free entry and exit, independent decision, and I have reached to the last one which is shown in the green. Perfect mobility. What is perfect mobility? Perfect mobility means the sources of production from one industry can be perfectly mobile to another industry. For example, one industry is making the food and beverages. They can go to the cement or they can go to the steel. In real world, it does not happen because steel industry के लिए जिस तरीके की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट की जरूरत होगी और जिस तरीके की टीम की जरूरत होगी, हो सकता है फूड एंड बेवरेजेस के लिए वैसे प्लांट, वैसे टीम की जरूरत नहीं है. So perfect mobility of resources is not that easy and cannot be found in the real world. That is why also we see that perfect competition hardly exists in the real world. And the last one, no extra transportation cost. No extra transportation cost means what? The buyers and sellers are present at the near vicinity. Means the seller can easily sell the goods to the buyer. They don't have to spend on the transportation. This is also rare to be seen because the buyers are scattered all over. So some transportation costs will always be involved, if not too much. Then coming back to the upper part where I had left some of the topics, what is that? Free entry and exit of the firms. There are no barriers on entry and exit. What kind of barriers can be there on entry? If there is licensing system, if there is patented technology, if there is, some kind of rules made by the law, or if there is some kind of natural, restrictions to the product which can be produced or the raw material which is required for the product, then there can be barriers on the entry. But in the perfect competition, nothing like this happens. Anybody can enter in the market. जितनी भी चाहे new firms यहाँ पर आ सकती है. What about the exit? क्यों exit difficult होगा? एग्जिट डिफिकल्ट तब हो जाता है जब द मार्केट इज लाइक मोनोपोली, विच विल बी स्टडिंग लेटर, कि मोनोपोली में ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है फॉर अ मोनोपोलिस्ट टू क्लोज एंड लीव, क्योंकि उसने बहुत सारा इन्वेस्टमेंट किया होता है। सो मोनोपोली में एग्जिट करते टाइम भी हैवी लॉसेस होने के चांसेस हो सकते हैं, तो सम टाइम पीपल चूज टू कंटिन्यू द बिजनेस। सो लेट अस recap what we have read under perfect competition. Number one, there are large number of buyers. Number two, there are large number of sellers. Number three, homogeneous product. Yes, say along with me. There are homogeneous product. Homogeneous product means in all the respect they are same. Perfect knowledge of the buyers, free entry and exit of the firms, then independent decision making. What is independent decision making? You are not dependent on the other firm, how they are behaving. You will decide on your own how much is to be produced and how much is not to be produced. So each firm is not dependent on the other firm. They have independent decisions. Yes, what they cannot do, they are the price taker. They cannot decide the prices. In that respect, they are not independent. They will have to depend on the market. Whatever price is decided by the demand and supply forces in the market, they have to take according to that only the price. So they are actually not the price maker, they are the price taker. So what they can do, I'm telling you a bonus point over here which may not be written in the book, लेकिन अगर आप इसे अपने आंसर का पार्ट बनाएंगे तो आपका एक बहुत अच्छा कीवर्ड निकल कर आएगा और उसके लिए आपको फुल मार्क्स मिल सकते हैं। वो है a firm under the perfect market is output adjuster. Yes, उसे क्या एडजस्ट करना है according to the given price. Who has given the price? The market has given the price. According to it, it will adjust its output because that's only thing it can do. It cannot adjust the price because the price has to be taken from the market. It's a price taker, not the price maker. Fine. So I hope you have understood what is a perfect market, and a perfect market things are only bookish. We do not see what a perfect market is in the real world. Okay. Now, let's see what are the three vital conditions under the perfect market. Large number of firms, homogeneous product should be there, unnecessary loss due to lower price fixation can be there, and demand curve under the perfect market is perfectly elastic demand curve. Perfectly elastic demand curve means even a little change in few pennies, in few paisa, if one firm is changing, though it's a rare possibility that one firm is changing, there will be so much of change because all other sellers are selling the same products. So demand curve will become perfectly elastic demand curve. Upon the perfect competition earns only the normal profit in the long run. In the short run, it may earn normal profit, supernormal profit, or it can earn even the losses. Okay, let's get to the next one. What is monopoly? Monopoly is the situation in the market in which there is a single seller, only one seller of a product and commodity, and all the buyers have only one choice, either to buy from this seller or not to buy. They do not have any other option. So in the monopoly, what do we see? This is demand curve. I will take you to the demand curve later. Let us see what are the features of the monopoly first. Features of monopoly: large number of buyers, but only single seller is there. Okay, so number of buyers are many, and buyers do not have any influence on the price, but the seller has the entire influence the price because he is the only one who is selling the product. So he can choose to whatever price he wants to keep. Restrictions on the entry of new firm. That's how the monopoly is made. Restrictions on the new firms to enter, maybe because of the license or the patents they have for a particular product, because of the technology which only they have, because of the raw material which only they have, because of any other feature which is available. Because of that, they do not have access, the other firms do not have access to enter into the market. What is the biggest example of monopoly in our country? This is Indian Railway. So apart from Indian Railway, there is no other company which is running the trains. If you want to travel by train, you will have to go only by the Indian Railway. You can go by buses, you can go by airplanes, you can go by the waterways, but by train, only one option is available. Other kind of monopoly you do not get to see in the mixed economies because in our country, monopoly is restricted. Now, no close substitutes. Why monopoly is successful? Why people will have to buy only from that single seller? Because no close substitutes are available. So the buyers have only one choice, as I had told you, that they can buy from this seller or they can choose not to buy. Then full control over the price. The monopolist has full control over the price. Whatever price he wishes to keep for the product, he can keep, because others do not have any choice. Others cannot influence the prices. Then possibility of price discrimination. If monopolists want in one market segment prices to be high and in another market segment prices to be less, or some discounted prices or some premium prices, that a monopolist can do. Okay, so all these are the features of monopoly. Let us recapitulate. Number one, large number of buyers but one single seller. Number two, restrictions on the entry of new firm. Number three is no close substitute of the goods which a monopolist is selling. Number four, full control over the prices. And number five, possibility of price discrimination. A monopolist can choose to price differently from the different market segment. Now let us see how does the price curve, a demand curve, look like for a monopolist. For a monopoly, demand curve is like a normal demand curve. It's a downward sloping demand curve, and where the elasticity of demand is relatively less elastic. Why relatively less elastic? As you have studied in plasticity of demand, that wherever the close substitutes are not available, the elasticity of demand is going to be less because the consumers do not have any choice. So this is the demand curve of a monopolist. Now going to the next kind of market, that is monopolistic competition. Let's see what are the features of monopolistic competition. What is monopolistic competition? Is actually the mixture of what? Of monopoly and of the perfect competition. There are certain features which are going to be same as the monopoly market, and there are certain features which are going to be same as a perfect competition. When we mix both of this, what do we see? Is monopolistic competition. And most widely seen, this kind of market we see in fast-moving consumer goods and many other commodities which we are using on the daily basis are under monopolistic competition. So under monopolistic, just like the perfect competition, there are large number of buyers and large number of sellers are there. But there is no homogeneous product. The product differentiation is there. Every product has its unique selling point, and they can be close substitute to each other. For example, if we talk about the bathing soap, if we talk about the toothpaste, if we talk about various kind of shampoos or any other fast moving consumer goods, we see there are a lot of products available. They are close substitute to each other, but each one has its unique quality, because of which they are not identical to each other. They are not homogeneous product. They are close substitute to each other. There are selling costs, because in the perfect competition, everybody is selling the same product. They do not have to spend on advertisement and all. But here, they have to spend on the advertisement. They have a selling cost because they have to tell the buyers that how their product is different from the other's product. Demand curve is downward sloping demand curve, because here we see relatively elastic demand curve. People have a lot of choices available. If one producer is selling the product at the higher prices, they may go and find out substitute and buy the other product which is available at the lesser prices. Non-price competition, one of the distinct feature of the monopolistic competition. What is non-price competition? Non-price competition means a monopolist is not reducing the prices, but it's giving another kind of offers to the consumer. For example, sales promotional techniques like giving quantity discount, buy 2 kg, get half kg free, buy 2 kg packet, get 1 packet free, buy 2 kg packet, get cash back and all this. So what is happening? This is non-price competition. Apart from the price, without touching the price, what is happening? They're offering some other things to consumers which are lucrative for the consumer, and consumer get attracted. Then freedom to entry and exit. Like monopoly, these markets do not have restrictions on the entry, and exit is also free, just like perfect competition. Then lack of perfect mobility. Like the perfect market, here lack of perfect mobility is there. मतलब unlike, not like. यहाँ पर ऐसा नहीं होगा कि एक इंडस्ट्री के जितने भी sources of production है can be used for the another industry, and that's how it happens in the real world. It does not happen that tea making companies start making textile all of a sudden, because they have different kind of resources, and the same resources cannot be used for textile. Then lack of perfect knowledge, which was one unrealistic assumption of the perfect market. Here we see that lack of perfect knowledge is there, and which happens in the real world. हर कोई हर जगह research करके नहीं खरीदता है. For example, I have to buy a washing machine. I may do research. I can search on the online platform how much it is available. On the physical stores also, I can go to 2-3 stores and find out, because it's a product which will require medium range of amount of money. But if I have to buy a regular good, let's say bread in the morning for making the breakfast, I will not check to the 10 places. I will just go to a particular shop which is the closest to my place, or maybe who is home delivering it. I will buy from there. So maybe I will get better price at some other place, but I do not have time to do that much of research. That is why I do not have the perfect knowledge, and I will buy from the local grocery store or any other app who is delivering at home. So these are the features of the monopolistic competition, the most widely seen type of market in the real world. Now, what is the demand curve of the monopolistic competition? You see, it's a flatter curve. It's more inclined toward the x-axis, because here, because of the availability of close substitute, what do we see? We see lot of choices are available for the people, and the demand is more elastic, more than unitary elastic, we can say. Now we are reaching to the next type of market. And what is the next type of market? That is oligopoly. जोश हाई रखो बच्चों, वीडियो ऑन करके सोना नहीं है, लेटना नहीं है, बैठना है, ध्यान से सुनना है, ईयरफोन लगाना है. Stay away from all kind of distraction and all kind of restrictions. What is restricting you to study and focus fully? It is very easy chapter, I'm telling you once again. So any kind of any kind of thing which is causing you to stop study, उसको बाहर हटा दो, सारे distractions को दूर रखो और पढ़ाई के ऊपर पूरा focus करो. Now what is oligopoly? Oligopoly, or sometimes duopoly also, this is a kind of market जहां पर small number of big firms are there. There are dominant firms in the market, and these firms capture the major part of the market. What we can see in the aviation industry, there are only few firms, but they're dominating firm. In cola, okay, soda making companies, you see, there are few only, but they're dominating. They have captured almost all the market. So these kind of markets are called oligopoly market, or duopoly means where only two firms are available. So high degree of interdependence means if one particular brand brings one actor as their brand ambassador, the other one will also do. Another famous actor, Bollywood, Hollywood actor will come and start, promoting their product. If one is bringing low-fat drink, other will also bring low-fat. One is bringing no sugar, other will also bring no sugar. If one is bringing instead of bottle a can, other will also bring. So a lot of interdependence is there, because the products are close substitute to each other, and the buyers can go. That is why there is a lot of interdependence. But if one is reducing the price, the other one also bound to reduce the price. Otherwise, a lot of buyer will shift to them. Then not possible to determine firms' demand curve. This is one of the important feature of oligopoly market, that they have indeterminate demand curve. It is not possible to draw a demand curve because of the earlier feature, which is high interdependence. एक फर्म ने कुछ किया तो दूसरी फर्म ने उसके रिस्पॉन्स में इतना ज्यादा सेम काइंड ऑफ स्कीम लेके आया, सेम काइंड ऑफ सेम सेल्स प्रमोशन टेक्निक लेके आया कि हम डिमांड कर्व कैसा बनेगा उसे डिटरमाइन नहीं कर पाते. Then we see that ये downward sloping demand curve आपको यहाँ से नहीं देखना है. This particular point is a typo error. Please avoid reading this one. Then formation of cartels. What are the cartels? Cartel means when the firms come together and they make groupism, जिसे बोलते हैं. So in oligopoly, this happens so that some few dominating firms make even the cartels, and this cartel system causes harm to actually the consumer, because then they decide कितना price रखेंगे, and that consumer has no bargaining power, because few firms are only are there in such kind of market, not like monopolistic market जहाँ पर बहुत सारी firms है. Entry barriers are there, very difficult for the new firms to enter. Like soda making companies, there are only few dominating firms. If a new firm wants to enter, they won't be able to enter. Why? Because there's heavy expenditure on the advertisement made by these firms. नई firm आ तो जाएगी market में, लेकिन survive नहीं कर पाएगी. Then non-price competition like monopolistic competition. These people also have the non-price competition. मतलब कुछ freebies देना consumers को, कोई contest करना, and lot of other things which they provide. So these are the features of oligopoly market. लास्ट मोनोपोलिस्टिक मोनोप्सोनी, जो मैंने आपको बोला था कि मैं आपके साथ प्रॉमिस करती हूँ, मैं आपको बता दूंगी, हो सकता है आपकी बुक में मोनोप्सोनी हो। मोनोप्सोनी क्या होता है? मोनोप्सोनी इज अ रिवर्स ऑफ मोनोपोली। रिवर्स ऑफ मोनोपोली मतलब मोनोपोली में क्या है? मोनोपोली में वन सिंगल सेलर एंड लार्ज नंबर ऑफ बायर्स आर देयर, बट हियर the large number of seller and one single buyer. Where does it happen? So just think of the products which are required for the wars and all, means the defense supplies. If we talk about the missiles, the guns and all, who will need it? Government. The defense department of the government will require it. So the government is only buyer of these war products, not the common people. We are not allowed to, we can keep guns and all, but अगर missiles की बात करें, अगर हम लोग fighter guns की बात करें, fighter planes की बात करें, we will not buy it. Who is the only buyer? Only the government is buyer, and there may be suppliers, a lot of suppliers. So where only single buyer is there and a lot of suppliers there, this kind of market is called monopsony market. Only the meaning of this is there in your portion and rest of the things are not there. I hope all types of markets are clear to you, and now you can refer to this video. And if you have not yet subscribed my channel, subscribe करना मत भूलो, कंजूसी मत करो, सिर्फ यहाँ से देखकर मत जाओ. Subscribe to my channel, do like and share. We will meet once again with some new concept. Till then, bye bye, have a good